بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على إمام المتقين وقائد المجاهدين محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إن شئت سهلا. اللهم اجعلنا هادين مهديين غير ضالين ولا مضلين. اللهم ارحمنا بالقرآن وعلمنا منه ما جهلنا وذكرنا منه ما نسينا وارزقنا تلاوته آناء الليل وأطراف النهار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ثم أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. We who believe, fear Allah the way He should be feared and die not except in a state of true submission, which is the state of Islam. Dear brothers and sisters, today my Khawater in Khawater AlNoor is going to be about what we call it in Arabic AlYaqeen, translated to certainty, faith with certainty, strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and strong beliefs in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to us. But before starting my khatira, let me ask a couple of questions, or I will start my khatira with those couple of questions. Do we really believe in the unseen, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ? Do we really believe in the very first verses in the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah is the description of al-muttaqeen, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Those who believe in the unseen. That's my first question. My second question, do we really believe in the DOJ, the Day of Judgment? وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And with the hereafter, they do believe. They have strong faith in the hereafter. This is one of the descriptions of the muttaqeen as well. Those are the two questions that I'm trying to answer, inshallah, in this khatir, which is AlYaqeen. First, in order to understand or to go over AlYaqeen, let's understand the concept of it. Not even understand, let's feel. I'm sure everybody knows what is AlYaqeen. We know what's AlYaqeen, and we read what's AlYaqeen. We read so many verses in the Quran and we understand it, but do we really feel it? Let me go through a little analogy to explain or to feel, to make sure that we all feel what is AlYaqeen. Let's imagine you're in the mosque and you're waiting for one of your brothers, your local mosque, and you're waiting for one of your brothers. You have an appointment with him at, let's say, 2 o'clock. You went to the mosque and you start praying 2 rak'ahs, tahiyyat al-masjid, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and he didn't show up for like 45 minutes. So you're about to leave, and all of a sudden he's coming. Oh, what happened to you, brothers? I've been waiting for you for 45 minutes. So he said, please forgive me, I was out of town, I just came. Then you ask him, where are you coming from? So he said, I'm coming from Timbuktu. Timbuktu? Never heard about it. Where is that? Yeah, this is a country in Africa. Okay, so now you start building some, or let's say you have now some beliefs in your heart of the existence or the presence of a place called Timbuktu in Africa. Then 5 days later, some of the brothers said, no, there is no such thing called Timbuktu. So your beliefs in the existence and the presence of Timbuktu start what? You start getting like decrease a little bit, or start shaking your belief in the existence. Then 5 days later, some other brothers say, oh, we heard the report today in the TV about Timbuktu. So you start regaining back. You are regaining back the belief in the presence of Timbuktu. Then 2 months later, some people say, no, there is no such thing called Timbuktu. So you see what's happening here now. You are regaining back the beliefs of the presence of something called Timbuktu, and then you're losing the faith again, and then you're gaining back. So it's on and off, it's up and down, but you're not sure 100%. Maybe if you have strong belief of the existence of Timbuktu, but you're not sure 100%. Until one day you receive in the mail a round-trip ticket to Timbuktu. You went to Timbuktu, you walked in the street of Timbuktu, you talked to the people of Timbuktu, then you came back home. Guess what? If millions are telling you there is no such thing called Timbuktu, is that going to shake your belief in the existence or the presence of Timbuktu? Absolutely not. Why? Because you already reached the level of certainty, which we call in Arabic AlYaqeen. You reach that level. Once you reach that level, nobody can shake your belief. This is the concept of AlYaqeen. That's why I want you to feel it before we start. And this is why Imam Ali radiallahu anhu, he used to say, I'm not sure if it's Imam Ali or maybe Umar ibn al-Khattab, one of them, he used to say, والله لو رأيت الجنة ما زاد حبي لها ولو رأيت النار ما زاد خوفي منها. By Allah, if I see Jannah, if I see paradise, that's not going to increase my love to paradise. And by Allah, if I see hellfire, that's not going to increase my fear from hellfire. Why is saying that? Because there is no need. It makes no difference to him. It makes no difference because he already reached the level of yaqeen. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Jannah is beautiful, it is beautiful. There is no need to see it. They already reached that level of yaqeen. 100% sure, certainty. That's the yaqeen. So there is no need to see Jannah and there is no need to see hellfire because they already reached. And most of the Sahaba that way, by the way. One of the Sahaba, his name is Abu Darda. He was sitting in the masjid and one of the other Sahaba came to him, Abu Darda, your house is on fire. He didn't even move from the mosque. He said, no, it's not on fire. He said, no, I came from the area and the whole area is on fire. Your house is there. He said, no, it's not on fire. Go back and check. So the man went back and he did check. And it was amazing. The whole area, everything was burned to ground except the house of Abu Darda. So he came back to Abu Darda in the masjid. I said, Abu Darda, your house was not on fire, but how did you know? You didn't even move. He said the Prophet ﷺ taught me a dua. If I say every day in the morning, nothing will happen to my household or my property. Bismillah tawakkaltu ala Allah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And he used to say that dua every single day. So he has yaqeen, 100% sure that nothing was going to happen to his property or household if he said this dua every day. This is the level of yaqeen that I'm talking about. This is the meaning or the feeling of yaqeen that I'm talking about. Now, my second question is, do we really need yaqeen or why we need it? To answer this question, I'm going to do a little comparison that will make it clear for us so we can answer this question. If you go back to 1930, the Congress of the United States of America passed a resolution to ban alcohol or the consumption of alcohol. You cannot drink, you cannot, or you are not supposed to drink, you should not sell, you should not buy, you should not deal with alcohol in any way or any shape or form. Nothing. No dealing, nothing. So it's completely forbidden. What happened when this resolution was passed? Which was great resolution. According to us as Muslims, that is a great resolution. And makes sense. But what happened back in 1930? The government had to spend thousands and millions of dollars to enforce the law by hiring new law enforcement people and doing some other things that to impose and to make sure that people are not going to deal with alcohol. Thousands and thousands of people were killed. Thousands and thousands of people were hospitalized because people start doing alcohol at home and manufacturing alcohol at home. That's very dirty, unhygienic process that starts spreading diseases around and people start getting sick. So it was a nightmare for 4 years. They call it the Black History of the Congress of the United States of America. After 4 years, the same exact Congress who passed the resolution, they lifted the ban and said, go back to whatever you want to do with alcohol. So they lifted the ban after 4 years. It was a total mess. That's one half of the story. The other half happened actually during the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can hear this story from Anas ibn Malik. Anas ibn Malik is relating this story. It's in Sahih Muslim. He said, I was serving khamr, I was serving alcohol to the Sahaba. They were my guests. They're coming at my home and they were my guests. When the ayah was revealed that khamr and maisir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verse, al-khamr wal-maisir rijzun min amal ash-shaytan fajtanibuh. When this verse was revealed that gambling and alcohol is completely and totally forbidden, he said, I had the jug of alcohol in my hand, I throw it away and it's broke. And all the Sahaba, all my guests, did the same thing with their glasses. They throw it away, they broke all the glasses, and some of them start spitting what they have in their mouths, and some even went so extreme, they start inducing vomiting to get out everything in their stomach. Immediately, and complete obedience to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the order and the commandments of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't have to spend millions and millions of dollars to hire law enforcement people. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nobody went to hospital, nobody was killed, nothing. So what happened here? How could this happen with just like this? What is the magic word here? The magic word is AlYaqeen. The Sahaba, the companion of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are sure 100% about what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling them, that this is a revelation from Allah. And since it's from Allah, the creator of the universe, they know 100% that He knows what's good and what's bad for them. So Allah knows that the alcohol is bad for them, and that khamr is bad, and that's why He forbid it. Immediately, complete obedience to the word of Allah. Again, why? Because of yaqeen. So the most powerful nation on earth, the United States of America, could not do it back in 1930, but the Prophet ﷺ 1400 years ago was able to make it. Now let's move on to see, now we know how important we have to have yaqeen, but is it going to happen like overnight? Like next day, oh, I'm going to have yaqeen. Oh, the brother, I heard the brother on the YouTube is saying, oh, we're going to have yaqeen. So let's have it. That's not going to happen. It's going to take a while. Let's see how it happens to the Sahaba first, so we can apply this to ourselves. Sayyidah Aisha, listen to this statement with Sayyidah Aisha first. She said, لو كان أول ما نزل من القرآن لا تشربوا الخمر لقالوا والله لا نترك الخمر ولو كان أول ما نزل من القرآن لا تزنوا لقالوا والله لا نترك الزنا ولكن أول ما نزل من القرآن آيات المفصلة فيها ذكر الجنة والنار حتى إذا ثابت القلوب إلى ربها نزل الحلال والحرام. Subhanallah, beautiful statement by Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha. She was one of the great scholars, by the way. She said, if the first thing revealed in the Quran was do not drink alcohol, the people would have said, no, we are not going to quit drinking alcohol. And if the first thing revealed in the Quran was do not commit adultery and fornication, the people would have said, no, we are not going to quit fornication. But the first thing revealed in the Quran was the beautiful verses about Jannah and Nar, about paradise and hellfire, until the hearts became soft and attached to the Creator. Then the permissible and the unlawful was revealed. Halal or haram was revealed. Subhanallah. This is telling you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created us, and He knows us more than anybody else. He knew, and He knows that the Sahaba are not ready yet when they were in Mecca to stop drinking khamr. So this verse of forbidding the khamr, it was in Medina after 15 years of the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first 13 years in Mecca and then 2 years in Medina. So tahrim al-khamr, even the forbidding khamr came in 3 different stages, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing them gradually until their heart is attached completely, until they reach the level of yaqeen. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed what? the permissible and the unlawful, the halal and the haram. So it took the Sahaba 13 years to reach that level. I guarantee you it's going to take us much more than that. But we have to start from now, brothers and sisters. It's a must. We have to start from now. We have to train ourselves to reach that level, to increase the Iman. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that the Iman increase, you can increase, the Iman get the increase and decrease, on and off, ups and downs. But once you reach the level of Yaqeen, that's it. So it's going to take us a while to do that. One of the things, before I conclude, one of the things that will make it easy for us to reach that level, when you read in the Quran the verses that talks about تغيير نواميس الكون, which is changing universal standards. Like we all know that if you put your hand on the stove, what's going to happen? You're not going to feel good. It's going to burn. But if you put your hand on the stove and you start feeling good, that's weird. And this is exactly what happened to Sayyidina Ibrahim. When you read the story of Abraham, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya nar kuni bardan wa salam ala Ibrahim, O fire, be cool and gentle on Abraham. So read these kind of verses, like that type of things, like changing universal standard. When you think that the fire is going to burn your hand, and it's not. When you think that the liquid state of the water, which is the Red Sea, there's no way the Red Sea is going to be solid. And this has happened what? In the story of Moses. So that's again changing some logic from liquid state, changing the liquid state of water to solid like a mountain, and the other way around. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the rocks, the water is coming from the rocks. So rocks, which is a solid, it turns to be what? Liquid state. So read all these read basically the prophet stories in the Quran, and read the interpretation and explanation. Inshallah, I'm going to be going over some of the prophet stories in my next khatiras in the future. It's beautiful. That will increase, inshallah, your faith, and you have to start from now, because one day, inshallah, we'll be able to reach the level of yaqeen. Understanding, brothers and sisters, gaining knowledge is not enough. We have to apply that knowledge. And let me conclude with this, because this is very important. Prophet ﷺ said, "I'lamu," and he was saying this statement to the Sahaba, by the way. He said, "I'lamu ما شئتم أن تعلموا ولكنكم لن تؤجروا حتى تعملوا." Beautiful statement. Prophet ﷺ said, know whatever you want to know. Gain knowledge, and no matter how much knowledge you have, you're not going to get the reward of that knowledge until you start applying and implementing that knowledge. So knowing and understanding is great, but it's not enough. We need to start applying and implementing the knowledge that we know. One last thing before I leave you. I'm doing these Khawater actually online, not for free. I wanted this Khawater for myself actually. So you owe me one thing. You owe me one single congregational prayer at your local mosque. Please. Every time, if you like the khatira, you just need to go and make that Salat Jama'ah in your local mosque. And if you don't like the khatira, you still owe me something. You need to make dua for me so I can improve myself. And please, when you make dua, please, I want this dua, specifically this dua. Oh Allah, accept the dua of Abu Noor. My name is Abu Noor. That's the only dua I want from you. Oh Allah, accept the dua of Abu Noor. Jazakumullah khair for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.